Hey, everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you What the Dice, Season 2. This season, Shadowrun. So, what do we got going on this time? Well, we got a special side story. So let's meet our player.
Hey guys, Nightland here, playing Cheryl Star. Listener discretion advised. Content warning level, yellow. Standard Shadowrun subject matter. Foul language, sex, violence, drugs, suicide. For all of our content warning, none of these subjects go into graphic detail, but it is involved in the story of the episode. Listener discretion advised.
Hoy, chummers. It is Sparks here. So, doing a little digging in my book here. Reading a couple of things there, flipping through a couple pages here, getting distracted by the really cool looking artwork there. And then I noticed something a little odd. Now, Eddie Sparks is no stranger to corpo espionage and, you steal from Peter and give to Sammy type kind of thing. But there's something about reporters that makes Eddie's skin tingle in both terror and sheer excitement. You see, there's a couple different types of reporters out there. And I'm not talking like what they do. Yeah, sure, there's your on-the-field reporter, and then your weather reporter, and your desk reporter. No, I'm talking about actual quality. I'm talking reporters that know, and I mean know, what's going on. They have their fingers on the heartbeat of the city they work in. Them called investigative reporters. They will stop at nothing to uncover the truth. And a lot of times those stories get buried or rewritten by producers and directors and corpo douches. They're the ones that Eddie Sparks both like and fear. And the reason? Well, the reason's pretty simple. They'll stop at nothing. They are like runners, but legal. They don't do the shooting, but if they find the right juicy bit of information, they can make an entire corporation of cards just crumble. So, why do I bring this up? Well, it seems as if our dear friend Cheryl Star is deciding to dip her toes back into the old ways, seeking out that thrill or the truth. And well, she's gonna need help. So let's hear what's got going on.
It is late afternoon in the Golden City. Our eyes are pulled out towards the landscape, towards the ocean. We watch as the sun is slowly setting. The sky of blue is changed to a gambit of oranges and reds. But the sun setting isn't where our attention lies. We slowly turn around and we look behind us, and standing, towering into the sky, is this building of illustrious white, a hotel. And then a office building that is nestled between the buildings of the hotel. And then a little further down at street line, a simple neon sign that says Dante's. We hear the sound of a VTOL landing behind us. And as we turn, the VTOL doors open up.
What you would see stepping out is just a solid black stiletto first, then followed by the other. And Cheryl Star would stand up out of the VTOL. She's changed from her news anchor persona outfit, and she's wearing
a form-fitting dress, cut pretty high on the thigh, deep purple with a black leather jacket on. Her hair's done up in what is obviously a tailored, messy bun look, and she would be taking a drag off of a cigarette and putting it out as she started to walk up to the hotel doors.
Where is Cheryl Star headed?
Well, she's heading into the main lobby. She knows where the entrance to Dante's is. Not everybody else. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But she'd be walking into the hotel, entering in through the doors, and walking down what looks like, probably to anybody else's eye, the janitor hallway or like the admissions hallway. It's obviously not part of the main hallways to the actual hotel or elevators or cafeteria. It just looks like a plain boring hallway.
As she walks down this hallway, we just hear the click of her stilettos against the concrete, echoing off the other concrete. There's this fine mist that seems to cling to the floor. LEDs hidden within the corners of the walls light up the room just enough to where all you see is gray. We listen and watch as she walks, and it feels like she walks for a while until she pushes open these two metal doors. Inside this area, there is a single podium and several elevators that line the outer wall. At the podium stands currently an orc. He is dressed in a black suit with a single comlink in his hand. He looks up at you and gives you a nod.
She'll return the nod. Now, since she's been here before, does she know if she can just walk straight to the door and level she wants, or does she have to, like, check in?
The way Dante's works is you have to pay for admission to whatever floor you choose to go to. Granted, some floors require a certain status to even get into, but you still have to check in so that your ticket is given to you, which is a digital code that is sent to your comlink.
Has she seen this orc before?
She's probably seen people like him. They're the way they are, the suits all look exactly the same. You might recognize him, but they don't wear name tags, especially in Purgatory. This is supposed to be the nameless side. The staff, it's usually only one staff member.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no name badge. It's very, you tell them where you want to go, they scan your information, they sell you the ticket, and you go. It is very
cut and dry. Yep.
Yeah. Some people have.
All right, she's going to upon entering, walking through the door, there's not a pause. She doesn't stand there and look around. Just by the pace and confidence of her footsteps, she's been here before. She knows, and she's just gonna walk up to the orc and just, pride, please.
He looks down at his comlink, types in a few things. Seeing that you are Cheryl Star and easy to recognize, and pretty much anyone that lives in the Golden City knows who you are. There is a short moment where he types in a few things.
Will this be going on your standard card, ma'am?
Yes, please.
You feel your comlink buzz as the elevator to your left opens up for you.
She'll pull out her comm, look at the orc, nod, and then just walk off into the elevator.
Dante's has this thing about their elevators. As you walk in, they are solid black when the doors first close. There are no buttons, there are no lights, there is nothing until the elevator starts to move. And then it begins to show passing through stone and lava and fire, making you feel like you are entering into the bowels of hell. The ride down to Pride is short and you would say uncomfortable, but time feels very wishy-washy when you're in this elevator.
before the doors open, she would have probably... I can see Cheryl having one of those elongated cigarette holders. So she doesn't actually touch the cigarette herself, and it's, that 6 inches long or whatever. I can see her on the elevator down. She'd probably be leaning up against one of the corners, pulling out one of her actual true tobacco cigarettes, sticking it in her pipe and lighting it up before the doors open. And she's seen this elevator ride. As impressive as it is, you would get the sense that she's been here so many times. She knows this building, she knows these levels.
As the elevator opens up, you are greeted with this luxurious looking club. There are seating all around this massive glowing purple bar where bartenders are mixing drinks that as they set them down on the bar top, they begin to pulse with the LED lights below. You could see above and below, the LED screens are showing the other floors, letting you see what the lower club goers are doing. Taking in the sights around you, you see holographic orchids and flowers that seem to bloom as you look around. On the outside walls, you see private rooms that are designed for business to be taken care of inside the club itself. You've been in one of these before. They have built-in Faraday cages if you want to turn those on, built-in white noise generators, as well as you can black out the glass completely. As you walk across the floor, small LED lights below your feet seem to shimmer with each step, making it seem like you are walking on beams of light.
And upon walking out, she would just be almost that confident hip sway you get when you walk in stilettos. And she'd be making her way back to her favorite glass booth.
As you walk up to this glass booth, it's probably in the back corner. Its natural glass has this purple when you look directly at it, blue when you're at an angle. With a quick swipe of your comlink, you are able to gain access to it. The door almost silently clicks and slides open for you. Inside, it is a lot quieter. You can choose the volumes of the music around you. You can even change the music if you so deemed it necessary, but as its default setting, it just dampens the music from outside, making it more muffled.
All right, she'd walk in. She has that perfect moment, that perfect pause as the door opens, walks in, just takes a nice long drag of her cigarette, breathes it out as the door shuts behind her. She'll pick up a remote, throw on some of her own music that she wants to be listening to, and she'll sit dead center in the back so she has view outside of the glass, like looking back from where she walked in from. And she would wait. Her one foot would be tapping, not impatiently, but almost she's anxious. Like she's waiting, but not in anger, but more in, this time something's different at Dante's for her.
You wait 5, 10 minutes before you see through the glass this short dwarf. From the glass, you can see his hair is gray or silver. He has a very short, well-maintained, razor-thin, jaw-lined beard trimmed up. It is very sharp and angled. His suit is finely pressed. He reaches up and presses the chime. Inside, you hear this gentle tone as someone is requesting entrance into your private booth.
Her eyes will shoot open, seeing him approach, keeping a nice dead stare until he gets to the door. And that nervous twitch of her foot eases up a little bit as she gives a soft smirk and hits the enter button.
There's this slight hiss as the door opens up. The music from outside instantly gets louder as this dwarf steps in, and the minute his back foot clears the threshold, the door closes again, and the obnoxiously loud music from the club itself fades away, and we return to hearing the music that Cheryl Star had picked out. Sitting across from you now is a dwarf. He stands about the average size for most dwarves. His hair is short cut, cropped, slicked back, and this silverish gray. His beard is trimmed up nice and tight, where you could still see some of the skin underneath. He has a few scars across his face, not where they are making him seem aggressive, but one that shows a life of working. Someone who has seen more than their eyes give. Speaking of his eyes are this piercing blue that seem to almost glow with this ethereal energy. As he looks at you, he smiles. Without even asking, he reaches up, presses a button on the table, and orders a bramble for you and an Irish coffee for himself. Star?
No matter how many neon lights there are in this place, your eyes still seem to glow brighter. Glacier.
Star, that line still never gets old.
I think that's how I won you over back in the day.
So you contacted me. It seems like you have some kind of job you're trying to get done.
Yeah, I can't let this one go. And I think I'm going to need some assistance.
I mean, I know you won't let your informants' names get out. If I've got info, I can give it to you, but what kind of information are you looking for?
She'd fiddle with her pipe a little bit, twisting it between her thumb and her finger. She goes, I need runners, Glacier. She takes a big drag off of her cigarette, looking at him.
This entire time, Glacier's had this slight smile on his face. As you mention that you need runners, that smile slowly fades. As if, in time, a small window opens up and the 2 drinks are delivered. He takes them, sets them on the table, and the little platform slides back into the wall, and the door behind it closes.
Star, I'm out of the game.
Glacier, you and I both know you can never retire from being a runner. You're still in the game, whether you want to be or not.
He exhales very slowly and reaches for the drink, taking a sip of it.
What are you getting yourself into, Star? You know that this is not the world you want to get into.
Well, remember that night at all over the news of the Grand Gala?
The day Edward Light disappeared.
No, he was seen at the gala and then, disappeared. Was voluntarily leaving with some people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that night. I'm pretty sure that night, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for the Golden City Broadcasting Company. Almost perfectly. As she would lean forward and pick up her drink, but her legs would stay tightly crossed as she did, and almost that seductive lean for just a moment as she would pick her glass back up and sit back with it, taking a sip. I'm pretty sure there was runner work involved, and I want to find out if that's true or not. Nothing terribly serious or heinous.
Star, you and I both know runners in this city, few and far between. The runner raids and all that makes work hard.
No, makes work dangerous. You and I both know. If there's enough runners to create a need for runner raids, there's more underneath the surface.
Star, okay. Are you doing this as a Johnson, or are you doing this because someone needs it? Or is this a investigative report?
This is for me.
Okay. I can't guarantee much. I can try to reach out to some contacts, but I really can't guarantee what I can and can't get you.
I was thinking getting some deckers.
So you want to get them into what? The city broadcast tower themselves?
I'm pretty sure the cameras were looped. That requires a decker, doesn't it?
Any decker worth their grain of Nuyen, they can do that. All right. So we're talking you need a team of deckers. I'll see what I can do.
I just want him to scope out.
Okay.
Confirm whether or not that night shenanigans went on. That clearly there was a team involved or not. I need a team of deckers to tell me if there was runner activity that day, night set up. And if they can figure out who, that'd be great. More who hired the runners. I don't care who did the run. I understand the business. They did their job. But knowing who hired them would be great.
Yeah, the problem is runners ain't gonna snitch on their Johnsons. Not without a really good cause.
Or deep enough pockets.
Yeah. I mean, to what end do you want to do this, though? Are you just wanting to make sure that, information wasn't stolen? Are you just curious to see who was brazen enough to actually break in and deck there? Or are you trying to find something? What's your end goal, Star? What's this all about?
Edward Light.
All right. I'll see what I can do. I can't promise much, but I'll see what I can do.
She'd lean forward and reach out a hand to touch his and look up at him. She goes, "This is me asking Glacier. Me. Not the persona."
He places his hand on yours and pats it softly.
Okay, Star. I'll get you somebody. I'll get you what I can. I'll reach out to a few contacts, and I can probably guarantee 2, but I'll try for 3. We'll see what we get.
I'll work with them. I guess this makes me an official Johnson at this rate. But I believe I can get him in. Digitally, not physically.
Yeah. You're not going to want these guys on site.
No.
I'll get you some specialty equipment that all you have to do is plug it in like you were submitting a report, and it'll get a data trail, and we'll go from there. I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Star, don't get involved in this world. It's not safe.
I know it's not Glacier.
Glacier will reach down and pick up his Irish coffee and hold it up for a cheers.
She'll smile softly, and that little spark of confidence comes back as she tinks her glass against his. So it's good to see you again, Glacier.
Yeah, it is good to see you, Star. It's nice to see you back on the streets, doing what you were born to do.
As much as it sucked being on that dock that night with Bella Acid, it felt so good.
Told you should have never taken the desk.
I hate the desk. Although I know a lot more about what's going on in this city than anybody else.
Yeah. Well, at least in the corpo world, you know what's going on.
Yeah. At least in the corpo world, I do.
As the two sit in near silence, sipping their drinks, the camera slowly pans off as we watch the pride ring of Dante's slowly fill up with corpo execs, rich kids, and anyone who has the money to get themselves in. We call this episode Here.
Well, it seems as if Miss Cheryl Star has decided to, flirt with a dwarf, and I was kind of offended by that, but not in the way you think. But it seems as if her little, quest to find what happened to, whomever this Edward Light used to be, or was, or is, or who knows, has driven her to reach out to an old contact, Glacier. Now, let me tell you something. I've seen a couple bits about this Glacier guy. There's a reason he's called the Glacier, and it ain't because his eyes are just them pretty blues. It's because this man is ice cold. I've heard stories of his team putting down just anyone that gets in their way. They ran the old way. There was no right and wrong. There was just the job. Wet work, just a job. And B&E, just a job. And if you shot at him or his team, there was no mercy. He was ice cold. And man, the stories I've heard, this man is a legend. Old enough to retire and still, from what I heard, active in a different way. A fixer. And if the money is there, he'll work for you. But man, you gotta have the union and the clout to pull his services. I don't even know what happened to his team. I just know that he got to walk away from the shadows. Well, well, no one really walks away from the shadows. They just move either into the darkness, into the light, or 6 feet under. Well, my friends, that little blinky light is going off, which means someone's tracking. And, Eddie ain't one to be tracked. So, we're gonna end this broadcast here in a second. Now remember, my friends, the tenets of running. Stick to the shadows. Always keep your gun loaded. And never make a deal with a dragon. This is Eddie Sparks, and I am signing out.
Hey everyone, Nightlin here, co-creator of What the Dice, and player of Sparkles for Season 2, to do some thank yous here at the end of our episode. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single one of you for listening. We would not be here today without you, and I do mean that sincerely. We never thought we would get this far, and knowing that there's someone out there, yeah, I'm talking to you, the one with the earballs listening right now. If it wasn't for you guys and us knowing that you're actually here and enjoying what you're listening to, we wouldn't have kept going, and it genuinely fills our heart with joy, and I want to make sure that we tell you every single time at the end of these episodes. We are eternally grateful. Second, we would like to take a moment to thank all the things that we use in our day-to-day What the Dicey ways. First up, Epidemic Sound for our sound effects and music, Podbean for being our host, Foundry VTT, and Forge VTT for creating their virtual tabletop gaming applications and services, Craigbot for our recordings, Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, which is the current system we are running. And with that, if you can spare a moment of effort and want to help us out, the best thing that you can do is honestly, tell a friend, share us, drop a link in a Discord somewhere that you're a part of, or take that 2-second effort of hitting a like, hitting a follow, giving us a star rating. Whatever the button is on whatever it is that you're listening to us on goes a long way in helping us fight that horrible algorithm monster. Also, the Tops Company Inc. has sole ownership
of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and/or any proprietary material used in the connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to What the Dice to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and/or any proprietary material for the promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with What the Dice in any official capacity whatsoever.